Today we responded about 2:39. We received phone calls, several hundred phone calls from cell phones and that in the area. Reports of shots fired. The initial report came out that it was several shooters. It was initially believed that it was an active shooter. Once officers arrived, there was a single victim. That victim was attended to and transported and later died at UMC. We are following up active leads right now. It had nothing to do necessarily with Canyon Springs High School other than that it was on the northwest property line out west of the baseball fields. We don't have, we're still interviewing right now, interviewing witnesses, and don't have any leads that we're ready to release on suspect at this time.
Can you confirm if this person who was shot was a student?
We are still trying to confirm several leads on that. I can tell you that the person, the decedent, was an 8-year-old male, or 18, sorry, I apologize, 18-year-old male, but he was transported from the scene before we arrived.
So this was the vicinity of the baseball fields or actually within the baseball fields?
No, it was actually outside the perimeter of the base field on school property, but on the very western part up against the wall that is in between the housing development and the school property.
Do you know suspect that goes to students here?
We are not releasing anything on that. We're still following up on that.
Multiple gunshot wounds?
He was shot, but we're not releasing how many right now or caliber or anything like that.
Surveillance video capture anything?
We're still following up on that.
Is the school still on lockdown?
Understand that the Canyon Springs has over 2,700 students. The students were released. There was an after-school magnet program that was going on. There were less than 500 students that were on campus. The campus was locked down for their safety, and we have done a search of all of the classrooms, all of the hallways to make sure that we didn't have any walking wounded or anything like that, and we have not found anything. We are almost to release those students at this time.
Can you describe the police response? I know North Las Vegas interacts with everybody else, all the other agencies.
If I can say, sadly, responding to something like this, but the response was exactly how it should be. We had support from it was North Las Vegas School Police, we had North Las Vegas Fire, we had support from County Fire, Metropolitan Police Department. Everybody acted up until we could start calming down.
How long until you found out it wasn't indeed an active shooter?
We knew relatively quick, but we maintained that level of officers on the scene until we finished the inside of the school.
Do police think that there's still an active threat to the community, the surrounding area?
No, we don't believe that this was a random act. We believe this was a targeted act. But like I say, we're still following up on that.
So you wouldn't be able to confirm whether at this point police are investigating whether there's a gang connection or something like that?
We're looking into that, but have not ruled that out.
Did you recover a weapon on scene?
We haven't.
Is there school tomorrow here, sir?
Yes, there is.
No word of any other victims out there? Just
No. Initial calls came in that we had 3 victims. However, we're now seeing that that was a possibility of several phone calls of the same person. Initially, it came out that it was on the baseball field, but it was actually west of and further north of the baseball field there.
Among the callers, I mean, were they all students here, parents, people in the area?
Don't know. There were hundreds of phone calls. Hundreds of phone calls. I couldn't tell you. I know that the 911 dispatch center was overwhelmed initially with all the phone calls, and rightfully so. I mean, this is a school. That's why there was the large response. Yeah, we don't know anything else on that. We'll go back and listen to those calls that were pertinent to this situation.
Will you have more officers here tomorrow, just in case, for added comfort?
We'll discuss that. We don't right now believe that there's any threat to the school or the students. We feel very confident in our relationship with the school police that if we need to, we will. But right now we are not believing that the school or anybody at the school was targeted.